Today on the channel from Jack's Classic Superstars Series 27, we've got the Warlord, the Barbarian, and Sgt Slaughter.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Jack's Classic Superstars unboxing and review. And today on the channel from Jack's Classic Superstars Series 27, we got the Warlord, we got the Barbarian, we got a What's a Nemesis Enforcer, Sgt Slaughter. For all your modern day wrestling figure needs, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other ones here on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it, we're going to see where it goes from there. We're going to kick it off with Mr. Nemesis Enforcer himself, old Sgt Slaughter, old buddy Sarge. I've been through paces with Sarge, going all the way back to the 80s. Of course, his wrestling days, his G.I. Joe days, a guy in two of my favorite properties, crossing the line between both of those. Just an interesting guy, old Sgt Slaughter. And it's always interesting. Where do you like Sarge more? More for wrestling or more for G.I. Joe? Personally, more G.I. Joe, but I know some are more wrestling. Some are 50-50. There it is. But Sarge looking good. He's got his green army coat on. It looks like he comes with an extra hat, or an extra hat. How about a hat? He does come with a hat in Series 27 here. No shyness of putting Sarge in any lineup in the Jack's line. We've had exclusives. We've had 2-packs. We've had all kinds of stuff with the Sarge over the years. Looking good on the side. Looking really nice. Always liked that army shirt underneath with the black singlet over the top. Always thought it was a classy military look for old Sarge there. And there's old Sgt Slaughter on the side. On the back of the package, that's where the magic happens, as we do know. We got the big cross sell, we got UPCs, we got warnings, we got the tail of the tape, we got the blurb, and we got the Sarge. Let's see what it says about old Sgt Slaughter here. Let's see, weight 310 pounds, 6'4", finishing move, the Cobra Clutch. Titles, WWE Champion, WWE Hall of Fame. There it is, old Sarge getting it done. Looking pretty good here, but let's get him out of the package. We got to do it for science. We're going to open him up. We're going to open up and see what all the fuss is about with this Sarge. Maybe we will. We'll see. There we go. Sometimes it sticks up there at the top. There it goes. See you later. Goodbye. Sgt Slaughter, plastic prison. Look at that. How's he looking? Looking good, if you ask me. A little yellowing of the bubble here. That's why I don't mind unboxing this one. It's a pretty rough shape. See you later. But the figure, of course, is mint. And we're going to start off with his old hat. Looking good. Got a little piece of something on there. Oh, no, never mind. It's just one of the rivets in the hat. A nice hat, a nice army hat here. Got the black band around it with the buckle. Got the old sergeant insignia, and then you got the little dents in the top for the rivets there. Looking really nice. All in army green, of course, as it should be. So looking good there with that hat. And then you get the old Sarge all day long. You know this is Sgt Slaughter. Anybody hands you this head, you're going to know it's Sgt Slaughter. Looking really, really nice. Love the jacket on the Sarge here. Looking very good there. And of course, like I said, he's got the army green shirt underneath, the black singlet, of course, got a nice white painted on belt, beautiful black tights down to the green army boots there. That's all day Sgt Slaughter. Velcro soft goods jacket looks really nice. And of course, like I said, you get the hat. Unfortunately, no whistle, no glasses. I guess they didn't want to give us everything we needed for Sgt Slaughter. It's not the ultimate Sgt Slaughter at the end of the day, but definitely a good representation of the Sarge. Really do like that. Of course, you get the hair, the horseshoe around the back, big old chin, big mustache. It is the Sarge all day long. Looks just like him. And I love the soft goods army jacket too. Really, really nice jacket. This one's a really good figure. Really good late in the line representation of the line, what they can do. Still love it. Still love it to this day. What's a Nemesis Enforcer? Well, Sgt Slaughter, he knows now. We know that. We've discovered that over the years here. But looking really good, old Sarge here. Zero complaints with this. A perfect Sgt Slaughter in the Jack's Classic Superstars line, if you ask me. But now we're going to turn our attention over to the old Barbarian. Oh, the Barbarian. This is probably one of the biggest misses in the Classic Superstars line, if you ask me, as we do know this is solo-run Barbarian when him and Warlord broke off, and he went with Bobby Heenan. And you guys probably remember the big antler headdress, the big pelt fur coat type thing. If they would have gave us all of that, the furry boots and everything, we would be talking about this as one of the greatest Jack's figures of all time. Unfortunately, about as plain Jane as it gets. Very depressing here. However, this Barbarian has really held the value, and this is a heavy hitter in the line as far as value. I think it's a lot to do with Barbarian never getting another figure. Some people like to customize this one as well, and they just didn't make a lot at the end of the line either. So it's kind of a perfect storm for value. But unfortunately, this Barbarian just leaves a lot to be desired, even though of its hefty price point it does have. Brown boots, very plain Jane. And you can see on the side, there's a Barbarian. The Barbarian. On the back, we got the big cross sell. We got the tail of the tape, UPC's warnings, glamour shot. Let's see what it says about old Barbarian. And let's see this cross sell here. Weight 295 pounds, 6'2", finishing move, the old diving headbutt. Titles, WCW United States Tag Team Champion. And I believe, not with Warlord, I believe that was Dirty Dick Slater back in the day. A very strange combination, or just kind of seemed that way to me, I guess. I don't know. In Class Superstar Series 27, you got Warlord Barbarian, Big Show, Sgt Slaughter, Steve Blackman, Goldberg, Evil Doink the Clown, and Kona Crush in this line. So how about that? Of course, this is one of those ones I have two of. I did get a cheap, loose one back in the day, so I am happy to have that now, knowing the value and what it would be. I'd hate to unbox one like that, but Barbarian, it looks like Barbarian. I guess that's the best thing I can say about it. You look at the head sculpt, you know this is the Barbarian. Looks just like him. No issues there. He's got a little bit of a mullet going on. It's very interesting, too. It's like they have the Road Warrior animal hair, and then they painted the sides. So they basically used his old, I think basically they used his old hair from the Powers and Pain one, and they just painted black around the side. I mean, that's so Jax, as somebody would probably say there. But yeah, if you look close, you can see the hair, and then you can see painted in. So really rough in that aspect. A little disappointing, but I do love the big bushy beard on him. I think they did nail the skin tone okay. He does got a fist of fury. He does got a gripping hand. Arm does go all the way around. Bicep cut. Single jointed elbow. Hands back and forth, side to side. Waist articulation. Leg goes up. Leg bends there. Ankles back and forth. You get waist articulation, head articulation. So that's the articulation for all three of these figures right there. But yeah, it is leaving a lot to be desired. There's no doubt about it. Kind of is what it is. It's cool to get a solo version of the Barbarian, but I just can't help to think what we could have had if we would have got all of his accessories at the time. I think it would have brought this figure to the proverbial next level. But now we're going to touch on a favorite of mine and a favorite of my dad's, the old Warlord. Oh, the Warlord, one big bad dude you don't want to mess with, that's for sure. Looking really, really good here during part of his solo run. Looking nice. Looks like he's ready to square off against the British Bulldog or something. Who knows? There's the Warlord on the side. Everybody loves face paint. Sucker for it. We all are. Warlord. Not the Warlord. He is Warlord. There you go. Almost like Wardlow. I mean, who knows? Maybe they're related. On the back, got the cross cell, of course. UPC's warnings. Tail of the tape. The blurb. And then the glamour shot for the Warlord. This means war. Let's see what it says about him. Let's see. Weight, 323 pounds. Height, 6'5". Finishing move, the full Nelson. Titles, World Tag Team Champion. So very, very nice looking Warlord here. I got no problems opening this guy up because I really need this in my collection. You know I'm a sucker for a guy in face paint. I just am. But let's get him out of the package here. Let's see what all the fuss is about. And let me tell you, there's fuss all these years later. Everybody fussing about that Warlord. You go to Target in the toy aisle, you hear it. You hear the chatter. You hear the chirping. The Warlord. When's the Warlord going to get another figure? You know, we just got one not that long ago. But people are still clamoring. Myself included. There it goes. Warlord out. See you later. Goodbye. Warlord plastic prison style. Looking good. Looking ready for war. Of course. Of course he is. Looking good. See you later. Goodbye. And we got the Warlord out of the package here. And man, oh man, does he look cool. Much like the Barbarian, a lot of reuse here from the Powers and Pain one. But love the black and blue face paint here. Looking good. Love that big beard. Of course, love the hair. The two-tone hair color. Always a cool thing for the Warlord. Big man body, I think it fits him perfectly. Got the black knee pads, the black boots with the silver accents. Same thing with the tights, black tights, silver accents there. Kind of whitish silver, I guess. Kind of lightning going on. Just a very, very good looking Warlord. Just a guy I would not want to mess with. I'm definitely here for this one. I would have loved to have seen more Warlords throughout the years, but, you know, he's not the most favorite of a lot of people, I'm sure. You know, he's not a guy like an Ultimate Warrior that moves the needle so much, but a modern-day Powers of Pain would be something else. I would love to see Mattel do that one of these days. It would be great if they could finally get the Barbarian sign to match the Warlord. I wouldn't mind a Greatest Hits Warlord, run that one back, get a Barbarian with all the fur, all that kind of stuff. I mean, there's a lot they could still do with the Powers of Pain. We'll see. Maybe one day that'll happen. And, of course, Sgt Slaughter. We've pretty much seen all of our Sgt Slaughters by now, but I'm sure we'll get more. He is a tip-top guy, really, at the end of the day. I mean, so much so they started off the Coliseum collection with Sgt Slaughter. That tells you something, I think, really, at the end of the day, once again. But a very cool one here in Series 27, the Warlord, the Barbarian, Sgt Slaughter. What are your guys' thoughts? What do you think about these three? Did you pick them up back in the day? Did you always long for the Warlord in your collection like so many do? I hear the chatter, like I said, at the local Target all the time. But let me know your thoughts on the Warlord Barbarian and Sgt Slaughter. And of course, you made it this far, you might as well like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. As you guys know, we got videos every single day and then some. Oh yes, and then some. And we got even more content, including early access to videos like this. If you were a Patreon member, you would be seeing this in March of 2023. Who knows where you're watching it now? I guess chirp in the comments. Let me know when you're watching this. What day and time? There you go. Let me know. But follow along over there on the old Patreon. It's your best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget about social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Sgt Slaughter, the Warlord, and the Barbarian, I am Kyle. I'll see you guys all real soon.